Guess I'll just go for it, yo. Let's see. Stream 95 seconds ago. So the test was good, and now I'm live. Like really live. On YouTube live. So let's just see what happens. Create a little ambiance here. And hello, multimedia group. I'm just testing out my live stream here. Maybe play around with auGenX, which is this app, and I have a couple codes to give away, and so just just kind of hang out for a little bit. So this is, let's let some more people jump on. How's everybody doing? I got 4 people. Well, I don't know how accurate some of this live stream stuff is. On YouTube it says I got 4 people watching. I mastered a song. I can't remember which one it was though. Learned how to play it at least. What app are you using to master it? PC, Mac, or are you using something on the iPad? Alrighty. Logic. Yeah, that's usually my go-to if I'm finishing a track. I go to Logic. I don't really have any hardware, but I use my iPad mainly as a nice sound source and MIDI controller. So is this, I guess this is everybody that's popping in. It's probably a weird time to stream, especially when I don't really know what I'm doing here. Let's see. Let's let this thing listen to the bass line. See what that does. It's not really loud. Oh. Get some blippy. Yeah. I don't know if this live stream stuff is kind of weird. Remember to guard your privacy. That's what YouTube's telling me, to guard my privacy. So multimedia, would you like since you're about the only one in here that's talking, would you like a code for this weird noise generator app? That's pretty awesome. Why? Because I'm weird? Yeah, it can get a little annoying. Let's see. Really geared for how would I integrate this into something else? Well, could turn to trusty Beatmaker 3. Here, new session. We could go in and add it. Actually, let me select pad 17. Add in auGenX. Go the other way. Let's not do that. Let's just have this. And I can just sample that. So it'd really be used as more of a sound generation, like for getting a a sample of like a pure sine wave or a pure square wave. So I can start, sample it. Now I can go back to this one. And you can start messing with it. So it's really good for, be good for some crazy bass sounds when it's like this, but you can zoom in and see how the wave looks. Let's put a filter on it. Modulate. Let's loop it. So that's one way you could do something with it. Just really creates tones, so it's really good for sound effects. Police sirens. Let's see, what else? Show plugin. And I talked to the developer, and he's added in, obviously now that you can use it with a so it'll respond to notes. It's a single oscillator, so no, it's not poly. It's only mono. Poly would be really cool, but it's an auGenX, or it's a AU, so you could load in different ones and kind of create poly. So if I go back to AUM, it can't sample, but you could use it as a sound source and just, generate some really pure sine waves. Let's turn down the noise and this impulse. I can bring up oscilloscope. You can see how it's a really clean sine wave. But you could also, that's what I was kind of playing with earlier. I want to do an actual video on it, but we're going to have 3 loaded up here. Guess I need to actually, I'm using a MIDI controller now. So now it's basically, what I was thinking of is like a modular synthesizer, and these being the sound source, or the what do you call it? The oscillators. And then if you wanted to change the octave or the transpose it, and then up this one. So now it is kind of poly because it is playing 3, although I'm only playing 1 note. Put it as a MIDI effect in Cubasis. I don't think it works as a... you can't use it as a MIDI effect, but you can use it, just use it as a regular audio unit. I do believe that, it would be wise for the developer to come up with some sort of LFO, because this right here is just really cool. This little section to where you can kind of vary the sound, the attack, or the pitch. And so if you're really precise, you can double click, and like add 440 and like 445. Let's do 450. Get a little more of a variation. Yeah, it was a it's a really, really cool app for just if you're into sound effects. He originally designed it to be just like a tester of sound systems of sorts. Why is my face cam like that? Oh, I know why. Because I have... That's better. That's weird. because I have the sun is peeking right straight into my room. So sorry about the super bad glare on that. But yeah, it's it responds to MIDI now, so I'm controlling it with my MIDI controller. And I have 3 oscillators up, and so I mean from this point, I mean you could start designing and using, you know, AUM or Ape Matrix, or probably not Audio Bus as much, but start designing your own little synthesizer, because you can just use this as a sound source, and it's got basic sine. Turn the noise down. It's got the saw or the triangle. You can variate the sounds, and so I've sampled this inside of Beatmaker 3, and some really pure sounds to it. And then the square wave is nice. And then I have this one transposed up 5 semitones, and this one normal. And so if I send both of those, let's do bus into A. Let's not have it come out. Let's add in oscilloscope. Oh. I mean, you could start really getting some really funky wave patterns here. And I wish my iPad screen was a little bigger. And then this one, what is this one? Start just pumping in some different effects, put some buses on it. Let's see, what would be a good effect to put on it? Have some presets. So it can get really, really nasty. And just take that one sample. Ohms. All right, I'll hook you up with a code. I have 2. Well, I only have 1 now because you will take that first code. Had no agenda as far as how I was going to give them away. I was just going to give them away as I went through. So just shoot me an email, TheAudioDabbler@gmail.com, and I'll figure out how to get you the code. So let me think here. It's just and I had a conversation with the developer. We actually FaceTimed, and he's got some more plans for this app. Like when he first designed it, he wasn't thinking it being like people treating it like a synthesizer, but so many people have and requested things, and so he's definitely got a list of things that he wants to incorporate into it. which will be really, really cool. He was a really cool, nice guy. And so, yeah, I think I had Paddish. Let me load up something that I did have. So this right here is something that I was kind of messing around with inside of AUM, kind of like with the modular synth in mind. I've got two instances of auGenX, and they're being piped over to bus A, and I have a master mix and H. And I like using AUM because it's got a built-in low pass filter. I mean, and with all the different effects apps and everything that we have, it's, you know, it's pretty feasible to, you know, create our own little sorry, my buddy. Oh, wow, that was loud. Huh, my wife calling. Let me make sure everything's okay. Anyway, you know, with all the different effects and stuff that we have, I mean, it's pretty feasible that we could have our own modular synthesizer, especially with this app, with the amount of options it has with the you know, the different wave forms that it has, and some samplers apps, because what was it? The sampler from Ape Matrix will actually respond to the keyboard. And so you could load up a sine wave inside of here and do some stuff as well. And so we could have our own little modular synth inside of this. Let me see. I thought I had a bass line going on. Let's play this and see. Bass line playing it. Let's see. Oops. Even complete with modulation, because I've got the Bambros LFO app modulating the low pass on the last, on the main mix. And so you could do a whole bunch with that in itself. So I got one more code for this app if anybody needs or wants it, or maybe can give me a good reason why they want it. The developer is a pretty cool guy, and I do want to support him and, you know, keep this app in the forefront of people's minds, because it can do a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, just as simple as an ocean. I had this playing earlier. And if anybody has any questions about the app, you know, the few people that are watching, so don't really sound like an ocean right now. But as soon as you add in an EOS 2, you can start to get that feel with the noise. Start adding in some more effects. And so standalone, you know, it just produces noise. But even just that, let's see. Let me turn my MIDI controller to it. And I know he's working on that little pop. Turn this down. I had an idea. And while you guys are here, let's add in MIDI LFO here. MIDI source as the Rosetta LFO. And the auGenX parameters here. And we're going to look at the shape. Maybe it's the duty cycle. I don't want that. What? Not volume. Off. There we go. And so now I'm using Rosetta to modulate the duty cycle. So yeah, just with a couple apps going, I mean, you got a pretty nice little, simple but clean, you know, synthesizer sound. So that's pretty cool. Kind of want to try, I had something else in mind. Like a riser. I watched a video, somebody did a riser just doing in Logic. And so I bet I could do that in here. CC15. So let's move this. Let's go here. MIDI source as auGenX. So that would be the frequency. Yep. All right, so we need to way down and do like a saw up, right? I don't want it to pop like that though. Let's see. See, I'm always looking for apps for creating soundscapes, and this looks like a cool one. I would love to have a code, try out some ideas. Well, that sounds like a perfect reason, because this would be awesome for some soundscapes. And so, hey, there we go. The sun is no longer directly at my camera, so I can move my computer back, and I can see my mug a little bit better. What was I doing? I was trying to get it to where it wouldn't jump like that. Let's see. Thought it would do it cleanly. It's jumping notes. So we'll see, it's got a feature where you can like control some of the things and have it note based, but I feel like see, because it should do it clean. Maybe that's something I need to ask him. It seems like it's jumping. Of course, it could be Rosetta. Let's try the sine wave and see if that makes a difference. Huh. Do I have another MIDI app? I do have that keyboard. Let's see. Wait, there it is. Let's go to the string. It's not going to respond to that either, I don't think. Well, that is so Daniel, did I tell you to send me an email and I'll give you the last code that we have. Chat's really chatty. Of course, this is my first live stream and it's all over the place and no announcements or anything, but the codes were getting a little stale. If you would say that. Let me see how this responds to the frequency. Let me use a controller here. So that's still not as... So when it hooked up to a MIDI controller, it doesn't seem like it's as fluid. But when you're doing it with your finger, you could easily create a riser with this. I need to email the developer and say, hey, when you're using the MIDI, it seems to kind of jump around and is not as fluid. It's still pretty cool. Any questions about the app or want to see it in any kind of other situation other than just what I'm doing? I only got a couple more minutes. I gotta go pick my kids up from school here in a few. And so if you have any questions, I'd be glad to try to answer them. In the meantime, let's see. It does sound good. I go with 440 and then like 460. Almost detune it a little bit. And then you can slowly adjust the length it takes to travel between the two frequencies. So you get a little bit of a detune action going on. Some distortion here. Let me try like fuzz. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. Don't kill your ears. Let me put that on the other side of the reverb. Save this preset and then I guess guess I could just bounce it down right now, couldn't I? Let's see. Record. Stop recording. So it'll be nice. Open that up in something else, Nano Studio 2 maybe, or Beatmaker 3, and see what happens. So, well, I think if nobody has any questions, yeah, good. Good. Thanks for stopping by, Java Multimedia Group LLC person. I may try to do some more live streams. I was just kind of testing this out, and I had some codes, and so, but yeah, thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this session as well. We're not on Twitch, and so I can't raid anybody, but I do have a buddy. For people who are watching, if you're on Twitch or do watch anything on Twitch, then I have a buddy, Snell Jam Yava, like Yod Hey Vave, like the great I am. But yeah, if anybody's on Twitch and kind of wants to hang out with one of my friends, he's playing some tunes, some tunage right here, so we can check him out. I'm probably gonna watch him for a few minutes before, but okay, cool. Just my name, Yavaha. Okay. Well, take care, guys. I will check my email and get y'all those codes, Daniel and Ohms, and hope you have a good rest of your day.